much for that service on Thursday night. I love that.
Yeah, you like that?
I love it. Yeah, you bring up people. Thank you. How are you? How are you?
You're gonna get one of those bunches.
Hi, Bill. Last movie I done was with Mel Gibson.
I think you will, Mel.
How are you, Ralph? Tiger, eh?
Hang in there, yeah?
Hi, brother.
I've been working here 9 years. I started off just doing 1 day a week making sandwiches, and Brian just slowly moved me up, and now I run the 4 days. I run the hall, do the menus, looking after the volunteers, do the ordering, making sure it all runs properly, just taking pressure off Brian if I can.
The man that runs this institution is an incredible man, and I'm honoured to have met him and know him. He's just a very special person who has a capacity that most humans would dream of having, and compassion for people. He's a very amazing man and really deserves to be supported by as many people as possible in his endeavours.
Pastor Brian was a mighty man of God, you know. He had so much faith in the man, so much love in the man, for the brokenness, for the lost. So I kind of came here and just started to hang around Pastor Brian and seeing, you know, how what missionary was all about, what he does.
He's a really wonderful human being, and if someone's sort of like this about anything religious, he just like as though he's your best friend, and he talks to you. You know, you can talk about anything.
I've worked here for about 6 or 7 years, and now there's a lot of volunteers coming through, like different organisations. I'm not needed as much, but I'm still on hand if they need me. I've made lots of good friends here.
I've been here 5 years, and I do the coffee, and also I do other odd jobs like doing salads and making fruit salads and things like that.
For me, it's been a journey of meeting people with the same heart, same like-mindedness, and people like Father Chris and Youth Off the Streets and Oz Harvest and whoever else, you know, like people that are driven by community-based programs. To sort of bump into these people along the way has been exciting for me. To think that they actually think the same way as me. I'm not the only person that thinks that way. And so I guess for me it's like I get stirred up. I sleep sleepless nights thinking about how we can change this thing.
Somewhere safe for them to come. There's not only food, we do counselling, free hairdressing, lawyers on a Friday, food parcels, and Brian does all sorts of other things. So come here knowing that they can get the help. If Brian can help them, he does.
Coming to places like this, there is a stigma. There is a stigma like, you know, you're an outcast, you're this and that, of people that don't know. Like there's some that go, oh, how lovely, oh, it must be nice. Or they think that everyone smells or this or that. That's wrong. I've got some homeless friends, they're so clean, they're so spotless. So that's a fallacy.
They've come in for some food, and they've found more there because they're greeted, they're made to feel welcome, they're made to feel as if they're significant and important.
The mission helps me by reconnecting me with what's real and what the essence of being a human being is, to help other human beings.
And just knowing that this place exists, and I can get help here if I need it.
And there's always going to be a time where you're going to need a friend and need someone there to meet you where you're at and to be able to reach out to you and without any expectation, and just out of pure sense of love and concern.
I came here as a nobody, just a bludger on the street, and then I ran into the mission and I started eating here then, and I've been eating here as long as I can eat now. And they've really done a lot of good favours for me, and they've done other favours for me as well. Now, when my wife died, the mission buried her at my request because I didn't have the finances to do it. And they covered everything, funeral expenses, the box of course, which cost a lot of money. However, everything got done. And I started staying with the mission.
And of course there's all variations of homelessness as well. And even if, like myself, I'm still classified as homeless because I'm not in a secure accommodation. Same someone in a boarding house, they're classified as homeless as well. So there's different levels of not just sleeping out in the street or something or a doorway. There's all different levels of it, but we're homeless.
There's not enough sympathy towards people who are in dire circumstances, not necessarily their own fault. They've gone through emotional problems, they've gone through job problems, they've gone through all kinds of human problems that we all have to encounter at some stage or other. And they've been brought down by it in a way that we should be able to help them. But hold out a hand and say, let's help you get up and get on your feet again.
If it wasn't for the mission, I really wouldn't have made so much progress in the span of a year. They saw my potential, they prayed for me, they invested in me, they took their time. You know, often when people come here, they don't feel like they're even worthy of someone's time. They don't even feel like they're even worthy of someone's of someone's affections. And so with that, you know, to be able to feel like I can build a good rapport and I can say hi just about to anybody and everybody, you know, that's amazing. That's life-changing.
People, it wouldn't matter if I had a PhD. I'm one of those people that's incapable of making money. I don't know what it is, I can't be told what to do. And I think I come here, on off pension week I come here because I'm broke. If I've got money I come here just to talk to people.
Especially people that come in are so broken, you know, lost, you know, they're on the heroin or whatever. And I have been down those things, you see, maybe the Lord brings them to the right guy that will share. And I say, hey, brother, I need to be like that, you know. And it's like, when you talk, like, humble yourself, eh? You know, just really humble yourself, you know, listen to what they have to say, eh? You know, just work something around them, eh?
Well, I just come out of a rather nasty depression, which started last year around Christmas time, and I just come out of it. And you know, Pastor Brian was, you know, a lot of the people here were worried because I hadn't been coming here, and they were worried. And I think, oh, you know, it's nice to know that there's people that cared. But when you're in the depression, you just don't want to talk to anybody. You know, you just don't feel like it coming out or even answering the phone. But you know, when I came back, I thought, oh, where have you been? You know, we're worried, you know. Yeah.
I started to come, and then I met people and friends, and the friends one once had don't really fit into your life anymore because they're in a very different area of life.
Well, how can we change the world one person at a time and to recreate community the way it should be? And so I'm a bit of a taskmaster. I sort of chase and I push and I shove and then try to break through the darkness, I guess you could say, that surrounds community, which pulls people into places of despair.
Struggle with drug addiction and gambling and a lot of acceptance, you know, thinking people, you know, I suppose one of the biggest problems for me was letting people love me, sort of thing, getting in close and not being hurt which is a hard thing for me and still is. But I was slowly being able to deal with it.
I'm pretty shy, so it's good therapy for me to get out of the house. Just make new friends, and so it's a social thing as well as food and stuff like that. Yeah.
You get to know a lot of people and they're friendly, but you have your still ups and downs with them, but then they're friendly, and I like talking to people and things like that. I've learnt a lot here.
So I come here a lot. I come here for food. My son won't come to these places. I think there's nothing wrong with it, but then I don't eat noodles or anything. But no, the companionship and things like that's fabulous and takes your mind off things.
There's some brilliant people in there. If you actually get to talk to some of the people, there are some highly intelligent, educated people who've, for all different reasons, have ended up in this situation. They don't always deal with homeless people here. It's people whose socioeconomic situation, they need a helping hand. So it's not like these people are destitute, but they need society to. They're pensioners and they're old people. They're people who've got medical issues, mental issues. So they just need a little bit of a helping hand to keep them on the right path.
It's somewhere where people really need to be. It's a lifeline for people, really, if you want to put it that way. A lot of people sort of need to come here, and it cheers them up and makes them happy. Being able to talk to people is a caring thing. Someone getting alongside you, and if they're feeling down, telling them it's all right, and or giving them a cuddle if they need it, and all that. Lifting them up is, or even just someone that's happy face. Listening is a great thing.